What is Greek tragedy? Greek tragedy is a kind of play in ancient Greek theater where the protagonist is usually the person of importance. These plays were a significant part of the cultural and religious festivals in ancient Greece, particularly during the 5th century BCE. They were not only a form of entertainment, but also a means of exploring profound philosophical and moral questions while reflecting on the complexities of human nature.
The origin of Greek tragedy can be traced back to the ancient Greek religious ritual and ceremonies dedicated to worship those dead heroes. In the pre-classical era around the 16th century BCE, these rituals evolved into dramatic performances that incorporated music, dance, and poetry. This early expression can be integral part of the festival honoring Dionysus, the god of wine, fertility, and revelry. Because of Greek tragedy paved the way of Greek comedy, and together they formed the foundation for modern theater. Greek tragedy also influenced the theater of ancient Rome and Renaissance.
Aeschylus is often regarded as the father of Greek tragedy. He is credited for introducing a second actor on stage, allowing for more dynamic interactions between characters. His plays are known for their grandeur, elevated language, and exploration of profound themes. Some notable works are the Oresteia trilogy, including Agamemnon, the Libation Bearer, and the Euphemides, while Sophocles, a contemporary of Aeschylus, is celebrated for his emphasis on character development and psychological insight. He expanded the number of actors to three and reduced the importance of chorus, focusing more on individuals and their conflicts. Some notable works are Oedipus Rex, Antigone, and Electra. Euripides took a more innovative and daring approach compared to his predecessors. He often questions the traditional values and portrayed a more nuanced and flawed characters. His plays are characterized by the realism and exploration of human psyche. His notable works are Medea, the Bacchae, and the Trojan Woman. These three playwrights collectively shaped the conventions of Greek tragedy and influenced the subsequent generations of dramatists.
Tragedy has five main components, which are the prologue, parados, episodes, stasimon, and an exodus. The prologue is a short introductory speech before the chorus enters the stage. It is the opening section of the play that will introduce the character, setting, and conflict to the audience. After the prologue, the play begins with the chorus entrance, which is called parados. Parados presents the identity of the chorus with background information. After the parados, the play will officially begin with the episodes. Episodes are the main scenes or acts of the play. Next is the stasimon. It is a choral ode that is performed after the actors have left the stage. In stasimon, it is like reflecting on the play's plot and giving insights. Exodus is the final section of the play. It concludes the play by resolving the conflicts or the downfall of the tragic hero.
Here are some highly recommended readings. Prometheus Bound by Aeschylus serves as a poignant exploration of themes such as defiance, suffering, and the consequences of challenging divine authority. Oedipus Rex by Sophocles stands as a towering example of Greek tragedy, exploring the intricate interplay of fate, free will, and the consequences of human actions. The Persians by Aeschylus offers a unique perspective within Greek tragedy by depicting historical events rather than mythological narratives. Aeschylus himself fought in the battle, adding a personal dimension to the portrayal of the Persian defeat. Lastly, Antigone by Sophocles is a timeless Greek tragedy that delves into moral and ethical dilemmas, familial loyalty, and the clash between divine and human laws. Part of Sophocles' Theban plays, which also includes Oedipus Rex and Oedipus at Colonus. Antigone is a poignant exploration of the consequences of defying authority and the complex dynamics within a royal family. The word comedy comes from the Greek word komos, meaning revel, and oid, which means singing. Unlike tragic plays, comedies dependent on spectacular effects and amusing costumes, such as padded stomachs. The main plot of comedies would tell stories about the main characters struggling to rise, in contrast to tragedies wherein the heroes would fall. Although comedies are divided into old comedy, middle, and new comedy, All three categories use crude and sexual humor, poking fun at contemporary issues, political figures, philosophers, as well as fellow poets and artists. Aristophanes is the biggest figure in ancient Greek comedy, sometimes even referred to as the father of comedy. In his lifetime, he wrote 44 plays, 11 of which have survived today. Aristophanes shaped the nature of comedy itself. His plays celebrated ordinary people while targeting the powerful people during his time, such as arrogant politicians and warmongering generals. Most of his work criticized war.
The Lysistrata is considered to be Aristophanes' most famous work. The Lysistrata won first prize in the 411 BCE Lenaea. The Lenaea was a major Athenian-only competition for comedic plays. It was celebrated to honor Dionysus. The Lysistrata's message remains relevant to this day in the way the story challenges traditional gender roles in politics and showcases powerful women as the main characters of the story. The themes of Lysistrata include the absurdity of war, as well as power dynamics and gender. Although the Lysistrata sounds like a play that wouldn't be considered as a comedy, the play was full of sexual innuendos, and the whole concept of women in power during that time period was absurd. Therefore, it came off comical to the audience. Satyr plays are still different from comedy. Just like tragedies, satyr plays were derived from mythological stories. These were the raunchy plays that appeared at the conclusion of each tragic trilogy. Satyr plays featured performers dressed as satyrs or half-horse, half-man followers of Dionysus. Unlike comedies, satyr plays were set in a mythic past, wherein the plots were chaotic and sometimes ended without any kind of reconciliation. In contrast to comedies, which were about putting things back together or a compromise of some kind. Comedies also offered absurd solutions to real problems.
In conclusion, the influences of Greek theater can still be observed in our world today. The works of Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Aristophanes remains relevant in our society. The messages of these stories are still prominent as they explore the fundamental aspects of the human experience, such as the complexities of morality, the consequences of hubris, and the dynamic between free will and opposition to fate. The enduring appeal of Greek theatre lies in the ability to tap into the universal themes that is shared by the generations and culture.